Wide Open Sportsman on Wide Open University. A lot of people have said, Dave, I've seen you catch some nice bass from your kayak. What do you keep in your crate as your arsenal of lures? Well, today I'm going to show you. The first box I have is kind of a hodgepodge of things. It's a big box. It's got miscellaneous things in it. And I've got, in the center section, I've got some jigs. I've got some topwater frogs. I've got a buzzbait. I've got some crankbaits. I got a Texas rig worm that's already been rigged and used, and some crankbaits laid around here as well. But this box is like it is because it has room for additional items. So when I head my way toward a lake, if I find a tackle shop I haven't ever been to, I'm going to go in there, but I always have a little room in a few of my compartments to add new things in there. This box is the dynamite, my friends. This is Strike King. These are red-eye shads. They're kind of like a rattle trap. And they swim through the water, they wiggle, they put vibration. They're all different colors. And what I like to do is I like to match the hatch. And I pay attention to the sun, and I pay attention to the bait that's in the water. Crawdads, I'm going to use these red colors if the fish are eating crawdads. Knowledge is power in the wide open. So this is another box that I use. As I move across the boxes in the crate here for my kayak fishing, you're going to see this one here has topwater frogs. It's got a little buzz bait with propellers on both ends. Down here, the silver one. And then it's got Texas worms for Texas rigs, for rigging up weedless and going for the big fish on the bottom, especially if they're slow and that's what you got to do. You got to have the tools in the toolbox to make it happen in the wide open. All right, next, we're rolling through the boxes. Now this is the money. They all kind of slide down. These are big Texas worms for the Texas rig weedless setup. You don't always want big ones, but I've got a lot of dark colors, and a lot of these colors have a metal flake in them because the metal flake is going to sparkle in the sun. Sometimes you don't have sun, so you're going to use the type of Texas rig worms that don't have metal flake. Really, there's no purpose. You're looking for a silhouette against the sky or a silhouette against a muddy bottom. These lures here are a continuation of the Texas worms, but they're, like I said, some of them are metal flakes, some of them are dark colored, but they're also not as big as that box that I initially showed you. I've even got a topwater mouse in here. So it's all about kind of having your little choices, because when you're in the water and you're fishing, you're going to want to pull out a box of worms or lures and know that I've got something that just might work in this condition today. Now these are my locator baits. These are crankbaits. Almost all of these are crankbaits, with the exception of that one frog and that rattle trap looking lure. But the diving bills on these crankbaits makes them excellent locator baits. I'm trying to locate bass. If I can locate bass, maybe they're not very big, but I'm catching them, then I know that there are bass suspended, hypothetically, in that deeper water right at the end of a point where it drops off into the really deep water. So once I start catching fish along there, I might change it, go further down with a Texas worm and work the bottom. At the end of the day, crankbaits are totally my favorite one to throw, because I can get reaction strikes with them because they're going to be wiggling across the way, putting all that vibration and color in the water. Now, if I don't have this box right here, I'm in deep trouble, my friends. I have all my weights and hooks for my Texas worms here. I happen to have a spinnerbait and some worms, and I've got another chrome buzzbait that has the propellers on it here. I've even got a really big topwater plug that I probably wouldn't use, but you never know. Fish sometimes are very aggressive. This might be a fun lure to use because it's very easy for us to film on the wide open, and we can see it coming across the water and getting the big blow-ups. So this is another box that I have to have. If I forget that box, I have no hooks and no weights for the Texas worm, and that is a problem. So that box has to come. This box here has got kind of a combination of things, but it's basically got some jigs. I got some topwater frogs. I got a couple of crankbaits, and I've got one right here that's like a kind of like a silhouette lure that's got two fish look like they're swimming together, and it's a diving bait as well, a little bit more like a stiletto diving bait. So these are the boxes that I have in my milk crate. I also am going to make sure when I'm fishing that I have sunblock. I also want to have scissors to cut braided line. I want to have food and water. I want to make sure that I don't have to go back to the truck. If I am on some fish and I'm doing good and I've been out there 4 or 5 hours, I want to make sure I'm self-sufficient. Protein candy bars, good thing to bring. Trail mix, good thing to bring. Nuts and things like that that maybe give you some energy and protein, keep you out there, and keep the rod bend in action in your favor.
Stay curious, my friends.
Did you learn something on that last video? Wide open style? If you did, smash that subscribe button. I'll make you even better. And check out this video right here. It's even smoking hotter. Do it. Just do it.